Tonight, I'd like you to join my husband and I for a romantic dinner for two. I'm Sugar from Cooking with Sugar TV, and tonight I'm going to show you how easy it is to prepare a beautiful romantic meal at home and have a fabulous time with your husband. My husband and I have been together since we're 13. So we've been married for a long time, and you need to keep marriage romantic and exciting. And the way we do that is that we have date night at home. You don't have to go out, you can prepare a beautiful meal at home, and it's a lot less expensive, you get rid of the kids, and it's fabulous. For tonight's meal, I'm going to be making a pan-seared steak with a cream sherry sauce, some steamed vegetables, some steamed potatoes, and a beautiful ganache that's going to go over some ice cream with some fresh strawberries. It's simple, it's elegant, and every man will love it. To ensure that you're going to have a great night, you want to make sure that you do some prep work ahead of time. So you shop for your groceries, you set the table, you get some of the food prepped before you're going to cook it that evening, so that once you try to cook the meal that night, it's really seamless. Before I even get dressed for the evening, I like to set the table. So I'll take out a nice tablecloth, or that china that you never use, or the crystal that sits in the cabinet forever. Take out some of your nice things that you never get to use and set the table. Some flowers, some candles, and you'll have the perfect table setting. Just because you're staying home doesn't mean you don't have to dress up. I love to pick out something pretty and surprise my husband with a beautiful dress and just look beautiful for the evening. Preparing some of the food ahead of time ensures that you're going to have a seamless meal. So I like to steam my vegetables ahead of time and just give them a little seasoning before I reheat them. I also like to do the same thing with my potatoes. I'll steam those ahead of time and maybe pop them in the oven just to get them a little crisp so that they're ready for the steak to be served. I like to keep dessert simple. So earlier today, I made a beautiful ganache by just chopping up some semi-sweet chocolate, mixing it with some heavy cream, and that's going to be served over some ice cream with some fresh strawberries. And it's the perfect romantic dessert. The ingredients we're going to need to make the steak are really simple. We're going to start off with some beautiful ribeye steaks, some salt and pepper, a little beef broth, some cream, butter, shallots, a little bit of flour, and some sherry wine. And that's it. Now my steaks have been out of the refrigerator for about 45 minutes because you don't want to cook a cold steak. So I'm going to just salt and pepper them on both sides. Now I got my pan really hot, and this is a non-stick pan, so I don't need to put anything in it. And it's really going to smoke when I put these in because it's hot and ready to go. And I want to give these steaks a good sear on each side. Now they've been cooking about 3 minutes, and I'm just going to take a peek. Oh, you see how we're getting a nice crisp there? That's what you want. I'm going to leave them for another minute. Okay, so they're ready to flip. And look at that nice crispy outside. Oh, these are going to be so good. We're going to let them cook like that on the other side for a few minutes. I'm going to turn these one more time. And they are almost done. They're looking amazing. I think these are going to be perfect right now because I want them to go in the pan and rest. So I'm going to take them out and set them there on my pan while I make my sauce. So now my steaks are out. I'm going to just put some foil lightly over them and just let them sit so they can rest and the juices will stay in. Now in the same pan, we're going to add some butter. I'm going to let that melt, and this pan's pretty hot. Then I'm going to add my shallots, and I'm going to brown them. I don't want to burn them. This is all going to cook very quickly. Now I'm going to add a little bit of flour to thicken it. I'm going to whisk that in. Just let that brown for a second. Now I'm going to add my sherry, just a little bit. Then I'm going to add my beef bouillon. And now's a good time to do some salt and pepper. And then we're going to add our cream. And that's going to make our beautiful sherry cream sauce. Now we're going to let that thicken for another minute or two, and that sauce will be ready to drizzle on the steak. At this point, you might want to just give it a taste to see if it needs any salt and pepper. And that's ready to go. These steaks are really big, so I'm going to cut a nice little piece here so that we could see how it looks inside. When I plate it, I'm going to drizzle some of that sauce on top. Oh, look at that. That's just perfect. You see all that juice in there? Beautiful. My husband's going to love this. Take a piece of this steak, set that in there. Just a couple of Brussels sprouts and a couple of potatoes, and that is ready to go. They say the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I'm here to tell you it's true. So if you want to plan a romantic evening, just do some simple planning like I showed you tonight, and I promise you will have a magical evening. For more recipes like this, be sure to log on to my website at cookingwithsugar.com. And make sure you share me with your friends and subscribe. Cheers.